Mimi Miyagi is a legend you may never have heard of. She was a VHS-era icon, a guerrilla publisher, a Republican Party runner, and, depending on the year you came across her, either retired from mature film or back making yet another comeback. But the real story of Melody Damayo, born on July 3, 1973, in Davao City, Philippines, is stranger and a lot more inspiring than anyone ever really gave her credit for. Damayo was born into a conservative Seventh-day Adventist family, the kind of Christian denomination that bans everything from meat to movies. At 6 years old, her family moved to California in search of the immigrant American dream. However, the Damayos also wanted their daughter to experience the home country, so they sent her to a Mindanao Mission Academy in the Philippines. She tried to play the role her parents envisioned, a good Adventist girl studying finance. But instead of budgeting spreadsheets, she fell in love with music and hosting a student radio show. After 2 years, she bailed on academia and headed to Hollywood, ready to chase her real dream, a career in showbiz, though she didn't know exactly what. She first aimed for something in fashion. Winning a scholarship to the American College for Fashion Merchandising seemed like a big break. But money dried up fast, and Melody was soon broke, hustling around LA for gigs. She landed as a dancer at an Asian nightclub in Beverly Hills. That was the first time she got a taste of what it meant to sell fantasy. And that's when she found the ad looking for models, which would change her life. The stage name, Mimi Miyagi, was stitched together on a whim. Mimi was what her grandmother had called her as a kid, and Miyagi was plucked from the Karate Kid. The name was catchy, exotic, and able to capitalize on the stereotype. She got her first break in the late 80s amateur circuits, shooting tapes with Ed Powers. These early works drew the attention of the larger production companies, and soon she was regularly appearing alongside some of the biggest names in the business. By the mid-90s, Mimi wasn't just appearing in movies, she was building a business empire. She started publishing a monthly magazine and expanded into running a series of websites, at the dawn of it being a content distribution method. Mimi wasn't just acting, she was producing, recruiting talent, and in charge of marketing. She created a series for Metro Home Video, curating films that played directly into her cultural identity. By 1996, she retired, marrying a former pro football player and moving to the quiet suburbs of Henderson, Nevada. By the end of the 90s, divorce had ripped through the suburban life she had pieced together, and by 2003, nearly broke, Mimi staged a comeback in film production with the ironically titled Happy Ending. Then, in 2006, Mimi Miyagi ran for governor of Nevada as a Republican. She didn't win, but her campaign, complete with slogans like "I'll make Nevada sexy again," seemed to foreshadow the reality show politics that would engulf America a decade later. Post-campaign, Mimi drifted back into entertainment. She had a role in the indie film Little Bruno in 2007 and popped up in Speed Dragon in 2019. Today, Mimi Miyagi remains a strange, pioneering figure, a Filipina-American woman who surfed the male gaze, gamed the system, got tired of it, and dusted herself off again and again. She's proof that the American dream often looks less like a shiny picket fence and more like a wild, glittering mess. And that journey is just part of what makes her an unsung legend.